Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very good day to all my dear students. Today's class is going to be a little different. Different in the sense we are not going to study something directly from your textbook or the syllabus. But today we are going to learn about our geography paper, our geography question paper. What is there in the paper, how to attempt it, what type of questions, because now onwards you are already have started to receive the self-practice work and now you'll be receiving your homeworks as well. So we want you people to learn about the expectations of your paper, of your questions given in your worksheets or home assignments or self-practice. So the course number of your subject geography is 2059/2. Let's move on and see what is there for us today. Yeah, what a wonderful quote. I was going through Google and was trying to look for something to motivate myself. And I found this to be motivating enough. Don't decrease the goal, increase the efforts. Very well said. I want to achieve something. Let's take example of a geography paper. I want to achieve 24 out of 25 in my geography test. In the first test week, I achieved 18 out of 25. So I was like, okay, fine. Now I'm going to work to achieve at least 20. No. Your target, my target should be 24. And I should put in more efforts. Instead of bringing down my goals, targets, I should pull up my efforts, increase them, double them, and keep the highest and work for it. And no target is unachievable if you work hard, try and try again with perseverance. So, my dear students, don't give up. You are champions and you can achieve what you decide. So, don't decrease the goal, but increase your efforts. So, let's see what is there for us in today's class and what are we going to learn. So, today we are going to discuss the paper pattern of geography. We will discuss the question types and their markings, that how many marks are there for a particular question, and the command words. Every question has a command word such as state, name, enlist, explain, why, how, describe, what. They all are called command words. And there are certain expectations connected to them, that if these words are there, what are you supposed to write? So in today's class, we are going to do that. You will be able to comprehend and follow the expectations of questions given in the geography tests and exams. And for every command word, we will be doing an example question as well. So my dear students, all the example questions which are included are related to the topics which you have already done in your video lessons, such as Northern and Western Mountains, Balochistan Plateau, Potwar Plateau, and Salt Range. So we have tried to take the examples from these topics only so that you can make a better understanding. Paper pattern. Your geography paper is of 75 marks. There are 5 questions given, and out of those 5 questions, you are expected to do any 3, the ones which you know the best. It can be 1, 3 and 5, it can be 2, 3 and 5, it can be 1, 4 and 5. So whichever questions you know better, you can choose them and attempt them. Every question is of 25 marks, but these 25 marks are not as a solid 25 mark question. but they have sub parts. Question number 1, part A, part 1 of 3 marks. Question number 1, part A, part 2 of 2 marks. Question number 1, part A, part 3 of 5 marks. Question number 1, part B of 4 marks, and so on and so forth. So in this way, the total of the question is divided into subparts. So it's not going to be a total 75 mark or 25 mark question, but subtotals will be there. Minimum marking of a question is 1 and maximum marking of a part is 6. So this 25 mark question will only be divided in the range of 1 mark till 6 marks. There is no question more than 6 marks. Total duration of your paper is 90 minutes. That is 1 hour 30 minutes. Ideally, keep 30 minutes for every question. Or you can keep 25 minutes per question, and in this way, in the end, you will have 15 minutes, 15 minutes left to revise your paper, to go through it again. See if you have to add something. You might have missed out some point. There could be some spelling error. So keep that margin of 10-15 minutes to go through the paper and check it yourself. Best way to practice is to sit with a stopwatch. Allocate time and then answer. This will help you in practicing your writing speed with the time. Your papers are mostly race against time. So prepare yourself beforehand. All right, so let's move on and learn about the command words. As I said, every question has a command word. How, what, why, where, explain, describe, state. All these are called command words. So stay calm and know your command words. They are very simple. Every command word has been followed by an example question. So our first command word is state. Write down pointers in brief. Bold facts required. You can write this answer in bullet points. No need to explain it or give reasons or examples. Let's do an example. State 5 relief features of Karakoram range. Now over here, only facts are required. Bold facts straight away. Located in northern Pakistan, has deep narrow valleys, sharp peaks, average height 6,000 meter, highest peak is K2, 8,610 meters. 5 solid facts straight away given. Another example, name the 4 ranges of Western Mountains. Safed Ko, Waziristan Hills, Suleiman Range, Kirthar Range. That's it. If you will just write down these names, you will get the marks. Because the question is coming with the command word state. Only bold facts are required. So when it says state, bold facts written in bullet points. No explanation, no description, no examples needed. Let's move to our second command word, which is describe. Now, when it comes to describe, expectations are write more than what you have written in state. Answer should be written in a paragraph. No bullet points will be accepted. Whole statement is required. Let me take you people back to the question of state. Sharp peaks. Bold fact, because it was state. But if you will write the same sharp peak with a comma in the question where describe is asked, you will not be able to gain good marks. Because the answer has to be in a pure, proper, elaborated statements. Examples can be given, but you don't need to give reasons over here. Only the description of the element asked in the question. This usually comes in relation to the sources, such as describe the trend and distribution of northern mountains. That is where they are located, how are they, and what is their position, and their heights and all. Or describe the lifestyle of people living in the northern mountains. So you will write it with elaborated points, but no way you need to give reason that this is because of this reason. No. Just write down the elaborated facts describing the element. For example, describe the economic wealth of Balochistan which can support the economy of Pakistan. Now, what is there in Balochistan which can help Pakistan to develop? Minerals, fishing area, livestock, and fruit production. These are bold facts. If you will write it down, the economic wealth of Balochistan which can support the economy of Pakistan are minerals, comma, fruit production, comma, livestock farming, and coastal regions where fishing is done. No, this will not be accepted. You have to describe all these 4 economic wealth of Balochistan in properly constructed, elaborated statements with examples. Now, how will you do that? The region is rich in minerals, both metallic and non-metallic, such as, example, copper and gold in Sendak. The farming activities are limited, but grapes, dates, apricot, peaches, and plums are grown in some regions. We did not describe that why farming activities are limited, because it wasn't asked. Only the economic wealth was asked, so it's important for us to give the examples of fruits which can be grown in this region to be sold in the domestic and international market. Nomadic livestock farming is also common in this area, where the livestock or its products are sold in local or international market. The coastal regions like, example, Gawadar, Pasni, and Ormara practice subsistence and commercial fishing. So these are 4 different economic wealth of Balochistan which can support the economy of Pakistan. We just elaborated them with example. Next example, describe briefly the main relief features of northern mountains. They consist of very high altitude mountains such as Himalayas, Karakoram, and Hindu Kush with average height over 5,000 meters. Snow-capped mountains have glaciers which move from the mountain slopes forming cirque and hanging valleys. They are extremely rugged with steep slopes. You have to create the picture by giving your description of the element for the examiner or the corrector who is checking your paper. Elaborate the points with relevant facts. Now, next command word is describe the distribution. Now, at times in your paper, you will find maps, graphs, photographs, and you will be asked to describe what you see in them. Write about the location of required features as shown on the map or photograph provided in the question. Now, for example, it's the map of Pakistan. You will take the references of provinces. If the question is in relation to the drainage features and it shows the rivers, you will take reference. If the question is about places in north or west or south or east, which are called cardinal points, you should give references of these. If a photograph is given, you should be able to describe that photograph clearly with all the major and minute details over there. In such a question, you can include examples and you may describe the density of a particular thing in your answer for a particular area. Now let's take example that how the questions related to describe the distribution could be. Over here, a map is given of northern Pakistan. What does the question say? With reference from the given map, describe the distribution of mountains in northern Pakistan. So, your answer should be restricted to the northern regions only. You will not talk about western mountains or the mountains in Balochistan. You will only be discussing the mountains in northern Pakistan as it is given there. Now, when you'll be talking about the mountains in northern Pakistan, make sure you talk about the direction of the mountains, names of the mountains, and the peaks which you see in the map given. Now let's see how do you formulate this answer. In northern Pakistan, two important mountain ranges are located. In extreme north, Karakoram range with K2 the highest mountain peak. In the south of Karakoram are Himalayas. Himalayas are in three ranges: Central Himalayas, Outer Himalayas, and Sivaliks. They run parallel to each other. In the northwest are Hindu Kush, whose highest peak is Tirich Mir. Now, connected to the map which is given there, we discussed everything in relation to the location of these mountains. How are they distributed? Which mountain is in the north? Which mountain is in the northwest? What are its highest peak? Then how are they located? That is, after Karakoram, where are the Himalayas? In what way the Himalayas are running parallel to each other. On the map, we also see the passes, but in our answer, we did not include them because the question was not about passes. It was only about the distribution of mountains. If the question would have been with reference from the given map, describe the distribution of mountains and passes in the northern Pakistan, then surely you would have included the Shandur Pass or the Khunjra Pass, Babusar Pass, Khyber Pass, which you see over there. But the question doesn't ask for it. So keep this stickler in your mind. Your answers should be restricted to what has been asked in the question. Next example. As I said that the description questions can also come with a photograph. Now look at this photograph and answer. What do you see? Study and describe the given photograph which shows the mountainous area. Now what do you see in this mountainous area? You will only write that down without giving any reason. That these mountains appear like this because no. Explanation is not asked. So only write what you can see over here in the picture. Mountains show eroded landscape which describes the badland topography. Scattered, short-heighted shrub vegetation can be observed. Mountains have steep slopes with dry soil appearance. Most of the area is barren with bare rocks. So this is what I see in the picture. I can see dry mountain. I can see barren land, rocks over there, badland topography, rugged landscape. This is what I see, and this is what I will write. I will not write that the land is dry because there is very less rainfall. I will not say that there are shrubs because the area lacks water. No, because reason has not been asked. So, my dear students, do not add anything which is not needed. Just restrict to the requirement of the question. Let's move on to the next command word. Why? Explain, account for, give reasons for, illustrate your answer with support of reason. Now you will give reasons. If this photograph would have come with describe and explain the given photograph, then you would have given reasons of water is not there, scarcity, dry weather, lack of rain, and so on and so forth. Now, you will give reasons, you will elaborate your description, examples are going to be included, and you will write that why something is happening or occurring. In certain situations, you can also draw labeled diagrams if required. Let's do the example question. Explain how the development of Balochistan can improve the economy of Pakistan by mineral resources and fishing industry. See, we are repeating the examples. The same Balochistan development we did earlier, and now with the word description, and now we are doing the same thing with explanation. How? Why? Now we will add reasons to it. Balochistan is rich in metallic and non-metallic minerals which can be exported to the world. So this is the reason that if we develop Balochistan, then the minerals can be exported to the world. This will improve the infrastructure and also create more job opportunities. More jobs mean supporting the economy of the country. Fishing industry can be developed by using the latest technology which will improve the fish catch as well as the quality of fish canning and preservation. These fish are highly demanded in the world market. So when we will improve the development of Balochistan, when we will improve the fishing industry, this is how we are going to support the development of Pakistan. We will support the economy of Pakistan. So these were the reasons that how developing Balochistan will directly impact the development of Pakistan. Moving on, our next command word is compare. Now when the word compare is given, you have to make a combination of similarities and differences. You will write both of them in the same paragraph. The comparison is done between two elements or themes. Two separate descriptions do not make a comparison. For example, I've asked you to compare a table and a chair. First, you will write the similarity, such as both of them are part of furniture and can be made up of wood, steel, or aluminium. The chair is used, and they both have 4 legs. The chair is used to sit, whereas the table is used to keep things on. So, first you gave the similarity and then the differences. Now, if you would have written the answer, the chair has 4 legs and can be made up of wood, aluminium, or steel. It can be of various sizes and is used for sitting. One paragraph done. Second, the table is also made up of wood and can be made up of other materials as well. It has 4 legs and It can be of different sizes. Tables are used to keep things on. This was the second paragraph. Now, these two were two different descriptions. They are not comparison. When we compare, we take both the elements, themes, features, side by side, together, simultaneously, using the words while, whereas, however, but, on the other hand. So these words are used. Let's do an example. Compare the natural relief and drainage features of Potwar Plateau with Balochistan. Now over here, two similar themes are given. Potwar Plateau and Balochistan Plateau. We are not comparing the Potwar Plateau with Arabian Sea. They are two different themes. So the comparison is always between two similar themes. Now, first we'll write down the similarities. Both are elevated highlands consisting of relatively flat terrain. They are rich in metallic and non-metallic minerals. Now, after doing the similarities in the same paragraph, now we are switching to the differences. Average height of elevated surface in Balochistan Plateau is between 600 meters and 3000 meters, while average height of Potwar Plateau is 300 meters and 600 meters. Balochistan Plateau has infrequent rain and has seasonal rivers forming temporary lakes called hamuns. Whereas Son River supplies water to the Potwar Plateau, which also has lakes such as Habeki, which attract tourists. So we took the relief and the drainage features simultaneously, sharing its differences by using the words like while and whereas. So the comparison has to be in one paragraph, doing the similarities, moving on with the differences, using the words whereas, while, on the other hand, but, however, and so on and so forth. Next command word is feasibility. Feasibility, when this word is given in a question, automatically understand that you have to write the benefits or advantages, the points in the favor of that particular statement, as well as the problems which might be created in doing so, or the points which may not support it. And in the end, you have to suggest that how this improvement can be made. Let's take an example. Consider the feasibility of developing Balochistan to impact the development of Pakistan. Now, what are the favorable conditions which can support the Balochistan development? First of all, it is rich in minerals such as gold, copper, natural gas. They can be exploited, explored, and these minerals can be sold in the domestic and international market, which can be a big source of income for us. There are fruits grown in this region. These fruits can be exported. They are one of the best qualities in the world. Livestock products such as their hides, hide means skins, or wool or goat hair, they are much required in the leather industry, and Pakistani leather can be exported worldwide. The fishing ports which are there, three most important fishing ports, if they are developed properly, then they can fulfill the need and requirements of export and as well as for the local market. So these are the points which support the development of Balochistan. Whereas there are points which may restrict this development. There are points which may not support this development, such as most of the mines are located in the mountainous areas, which are mostly inaccessible, difficult to reach. The construction cost in the mountains is very, very high. The movement of heavy machineries is very difficult because at times, due to the movement of these heavy machineries, vibrations may occur, landsliding may become common, slipping down of rocks from the mountains can occur. Most of the region of Balochistan is dry, shortage of rainfall. So climate does not support farming in the most of the areas, as well being mountainous with no permanent rivers. Canal irrigation is also not possible. Along with this, the region is mostly under the influence of tribal leaders. The literacy rate of this largest province of Pakistan is the lowest. Now, these are the problems which are there. So, what can we do in order to improve them, in order to support the development of Balochistan, to impact the development of Pakistan? What steps can be taken? We can make link roads. We cannot have many highways and motorways over there. We can have small link roads which can connect the producing areas to the main roads from where the goods can be supplied to the bigger cities. Miners should be trained to use latest technology, which might reduce down the effects of mining on the natural environment, would be less disastrous. Plus, education should be made common to improve the literacy rate. My dear students, I have discussed all the three aspects: favorable points, against points, and the improvement points in three different headings with bullet points. It was just for developing your understanding. In the exams or tests, please do not write it in three different headings or as bullet points. Make it in a one proper paragraph and then write it down. Start your answer with the positives, ideas which are supporting, then discuss the problems which could be there, and conclude your answer with the suggestions and improvements which can be carried out to make the application or make the success of the idea which has been asked, whose feasibility is discussed. So this was a lot for the day. Try to remember them, and I'm sure that you people were sitting with your booklets and books and papers and pens, and you have jotted down the points. Let's quickly wind up what we did. Rewind. We discussed the paper pattern, duration of the paper, marking of the paper, number of questions. Then we discussed the command words. Remember that these are not all the command words. There are more. We'll be doing them in smaller packages so that it is easier for you to understand and comprehend and remember. Minimum marking is 1 mark and maximum marking of the subparts is 6 marks. We discussed one of them, that was feasibility, and there are two more which are called to what extent or source-based question, which we will be doing in the coming classes. My dear students, don't forget to comment in the chat box of your Google Classroom. This will help us to understand what you people are comprehending. Please share your ideas and queries in the Google Classroom as well as in your live Zoom classes. Thank you so much for being usual good listeners. Hope to see you people next week. Take care, stay safe, stay indoors. Till then, have a safe weekend. Allah Hafiz.